Good morning everyone. Today we are going to see the remaining exercise. So in a previous lecture we have seen till the question number 16, right? Now today's our next sum is question number 17. What is the question? That the one stone is just thrown from the top of the tower. The height of the tower is 100 meters, and at the same time we are just throwing another stone in an upward direction with a 25 meter per second velocity. Then at which point, at which distance and at which time both meet? So when and where they meet? Understand? So first of all, what is the question? The question is that there is a one tower of 100 meter in height. So this tower's height is 100 meter. Okay? This tower's height is 100 meter. Then one stone is just moving in a downward direction. If we are thinking this is the first object, and the one another object is moving in an upward direction as a second object I am taking, and we are just thinking that they both meet at this distance, at this point they meet. So if we are thinking this distance is x, and this distance, what is this distance then? This distance becomes 100 minus x. If this distance is x, then this will be 100 minus x. The total is 100. So if you just subtract the x from it, then you get this distance. Okay? Now, both meet at time t, and the time should be the same. If the time is not same, then how can they meet? Right? So the time is same for them. Now we are just applying our equations on both objects. Then first of all we are applying the first object. Right? The first object is free falling. So according to it, the initial velocity is 0, while the distance is x, and as you know that the gravitational acceleration is 9.8 meter per second square. Not only that, the time is t. So which equation that we have to use? As you know that we have to find at where and when they meet. So we can use the equation which gives you the value of x or t. And as you know that there is no equation with the help of t, but there is an equation of s. So we are using that equation as s is equal to ut plus 1/2 gt square. Instead of a, I am just taking g as a gravitational acceleration. So I am putting the value, then it becomes x. The u is 0, then the whole term will become 0. Because this one is 0. So if you multiply anything with the 0, it becomes 0. Right? At here, 1/2. G is 9.8 and the t square, the value of t is t. Right? So it's a x. 0 means it just goes 2. 98 by 10 t square. So it becomes 49. 49 is a 98. So what is the answer? It's a 49 by 10 t square. So it gives you x is equal to 4.9 t square. Here is equation number 1. So like that. Now I am applying the same thing on the second object. Right? So add here the second object. But it is moving in upward direction. So the values will be changed. In upward, v is 0, but this object is not attaining a maximum height. It needs to just meet at the middle of it. So we are not taking v as a 0, but we need u, which is given to you. It's a 25 meter per second, which is given to you in your example. Right? The s, the distance is 100 minus x. The time is t. But the value of g is minus 9.8 meter per second square, as it is going in an upward direction, in opposite to the gravitational force. Now applying the same equation for these values, then the s is equal to ut plus 1/2 gt square. The s is 100 minus x. Well, the u is not 0, so I am taking 25, the value of u, which is 25. The t is t plus 1/2. G is minus 9.8 and the t square. So it's 100 minus x is equal to 25t plus or minus minus. At here this one is same, so you can directly put like a 4.9t square. The same thing is at here. So the answer will becomes 4.9. So I am just putting this, right? If you want to, then I will show you. 98 by 10 t square. So it's a 49. So it gives you the value 100 minus x, 25t minus 4.9 t square. Equation number 2. Now put the value of x from equation number 1 by putting value of x from equation 1 to equation 2. What will be the answer? Then the 100. Instead of x, I am just taking the value, which is 4.9 t square is equal to 25t minus 4.9 t square. Both are cancelled out. So it gives you 100 is equal to 25t. I need a t, so 25t is equal to 100. So I get t is equal to 100 by 25. 25 4s are 100. So the t is equal to 4 seconds. So we get the time. At which time they meet? It is also one of the question. That at which time they meet. Then they meet at a 4 second after initialization of their journey. Right? But at when? Then for that we have to find out the x. So from equation 1. By putting the value x is equal to 4.9 t square, so it's a 4 square. 4.9 into 16. What is the answer? 16 into 4.9. So 49 0 94 6 4 5 4. So it's a 78. 784. Right? So it's a 78.4 meter from the top. From the top. If they asking you for the ground, then you have to find 100 minus x. 100 minus 78.4. What will be the answer? Then it's a 0.46. Right? 1 into 21.6 meter from the ground. So if they asking you from the ground, then 21.6, and from the top, then it's 78.4. So they meet at 4 seconds. From the top, then it is a 78.4, and if it is from ground, then the 21.6. Just see it. So now like that, there is some another questions also that you have to see. The question number 18. The one object is moving in an upward direction, and after 6 seconds, they comes to the hand of that person. Okay. At here, what you have to find? I am not doing the whole sum because it has to do done by you. Right? It's your homework, so you have to do it. But I am just giving you what is given to you in this example. Right? Then, the one object is moving in upward direction. So it is in upward direction. Right? So according to upward direction, its final velocity is 0. Right? So the v is equal to 0. Okay? Now, and after 6 seconds it comes back, means that object is moving in upward direction and comes back. Total time is 6 seconds. If the total time is 6, then you can say that for attaining the maximum height, time is 3 seconds, right? So the time for attaining a maximum height, which is t, is equal to 6 by 2, which gives you a 3 seconds for attaining maximum height. That's the key point of this sum. Okay. Now, then with which velocity it is throwing? Then you have to find out u with the help of v is equal to u plus g, where the g is, it is moving in upward direction, minus 9.8 meter per second. So you have to use this value and then use this equation for the first one. You can easily find out u, as we need know v, g and the t. Okay. Now the second one. What is the maximum height attained by that? Okay, then the maximum height is h. So h is equal to ut plus 1/2 gt square, the same as the s. So you can easily find out it, as we get the u from the first equation. And now this third one. What is the distance? What is the position of that ball at a 4 second? At a 4 second, then you have to put t is equal to 4, and then you have to use the same equation. But for that, you have to use a t as a 4. Then you get the answer. Understand? So like that you can easily do it. Just see which equation that you have to use and what is the key point of it. Right? What are the data? Now, the another one. What is the direction of buoyancy force when the object is immersed in any fluid? That you know that it is in an upward direction. Right? Now 20. Question number 20. Why the block of a plastic is just float on the water? Because as you know that the density of plastic block is less than the density of water, so it floats. The 21 question, which is also the easy one. The 50 gram of mass of an object with a volume 20 centimeter cube. If the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube, that object will float or sink. Then you have to find out the density of that object, right? Then what is the density of that object? For that you need a mass and the volume, right? So what is the mass? The mass is 50 gram. As you know that you can convert it into kg, but here the density of water is also given to you, which is in a CGS, gram per centimeter cube. The density of water, which is 1 gram per centimeter cube. So do not needs to change because both are in a gram, right? The volume is 20 centimeter cube. So it is also in a CGS, right? So the density of object is equal to mass by volume. Mass is 50, volume is 20. 0, 0 cancel out. The answer is 2.5 gram per centimeter cube, which is greater than 1 gram per centimeter cube. Or you can say that it is greater than density of water. The density of object is more than the density of water. So object will sink. So object डूब जाएगा क्योंकि उसकी density ज़्यादा है. The same question is a question number 22. As the 500 gram a packet with a volume 350 centimeter cube. Just put it on the water of 1 gram per centimeter cube. It will sink or float. The main thing is that you can easily find out by the density. But the second question is there. What is the mass of a water which is displaced by that packet? Then generally you know that the water is displaced as per the volume of an object. So the displaced water, the mass of displaced water is equal to the volume of packet. So accordingly the volume is 350. So the displaced water is 350 gram. Understand? The mass of the displaced water is 350 gram. And the question number 22. So this question should be done by you. You can easily understand it and easily do it. Just you have to try to do it. Understand? So here it is. Our chapter is over. Right? Now the another chapter we will see in the next lecture after Diwali. Thank you.